Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a full-faced, I hope I have everything, of first impressions today. So my face is already moisturized. I'm going to go ahead and start with a primer. Now I don't have a new primer, so I'm going to go in with my normal ones that I use. So typically I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This one I use kind of on the outskirts of my face and my forehead, and then I kind of just smooth it all over, and then I go in with a second primer, which is more of a pore filling primer. This is also the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer, and I just take a little bit of that and just put that right where most of my visible pores are, which is right in this area. I just smooth that all over. So I'm using a new foundation today. I actually wanted to get the new, I guess, reinvented Maybelline foundation, the Superstay one, and I picked up the wrong one. This one is this Superstay Better Skin Transforming Foundation. This actually is not the one I wanted to try, but I figured I would give it a shot. I think this is for people that are more acne prone skin. I think it's more of, like I said, to help clear up your skin and help not clog pores, but we are going to give it a shot. And I got the color Classic Ivory, which usually I don't get Classic Ivory in foundations, but I thought that this looked a bit darker, at least in the bottle. So we'll see how this actually does. The nice thing about it is it does have a pump, which I really like. I hate foundations that don't have a pump. It makes it just really annoying. So I'm just gonna start putting this on. I don't really know if it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to be more of a fuller coverage foundation. So it's not super full coverage, I wouldn't say. I put about one pump, and it didn't even get half my face. It's just this cheek area here. So there's that. So far, so good. Sorry, I'm getting a close-up on my mirror here. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. At least in this lighting. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. I'm going to go in with my normal powder that I use because I didn't get I don't have another powder that I can use right now. So I'm just going to use the one I use pretty much every day, and this is the Rimmel London Transparent powder. Comes in a little compact like this. And this is super affordable. I think it's like $4.99 or something. And it's a pretty good setting powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on, I think, to brows. I did get my brows microbladed probably, I think this is my 5th week, and I'm going to do a video on that. I'm waiting to get my 6-week touch-up though, so then I can film a video after that and let you guys know my experience and what the final results are after that 6 weeks. And I will post some before and after pictures at that point. But these are how my brows are looking today. I did pick up this Anastasia Beverly Hills tinted brow gel, and it's in the color Espresso. So typically I don't do much with my brows now that I've got them microbladed. I do have a little bit of fading here in the ends of both. So I usually, in the last week or so, I've just been running a little bit of powder or pomade right through that area. But I did want to try this brow gel and just kind of see if that does anything. So a little bit, you can see that it darkened it up a tad bit. So that's okay. I'm not in love with that stuff, but maybe if I filled them in a little bit more and then put some of that over it, it might work better. But I just wanted to give it a shot and see what I thought about it. So I'm going to go in with my primer. I'm just going to use the normal primer that I use, which is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. The base products, for the most part, other than my the foundation I use, I'm just using my normal stuff. But so I'm just going to spread that all around. Usually I will set this with a cream color or a white or something like that. I'm hoping that one of these palettes, I don't remember, has one of those cream color. So I'm going to test out the Too Faced Best Year Ever. I think I'm going to go with the Natural Beauty, and then I'm going to use the blush and the bronzer from the blush and the highlight from the other palettes. So I'm going to go in with this one, which is the Natural Beauty, which are just kind of these neutral kind of browns. So this does have a sorry, my brushes got kind of mixed up here. It does have a creamy kind of color in here. So what brush am I looking for here? I'm just going to go in with this fluffy kind of end of this brush, and I'm going to go in with this kind of cream color, and I'm just going to use that to set my whole lid. And I think I'm just going to do something pretty simple today and pretty basic, just kind of testing these out. So I'm going to go in with my MAC 224 blending brush, as I usually do, and I'm going to go in with this kind of mid-tone brown here, which is called Oh Dear. And I'm just going to pop this all the way through my crease. So that's actually a pretty nice brown color. I'm just going to do the same thing on my other side, like that. And then, let's see here. I think I'm going to go in with this color here, which is Pretty Pecan, and that is sort of a bit of a shimmery satin. I think it's more satin than anything. I'm just going to pop this kind of on the outer corner first, and then kind of blend it into the crease. Just like that. Okay, I think that's better. This one I feel like is a little crazy still. You know, I don't think if I was just normally buying this for myself and not really, you know, doing a test on it or whatnot, I probably wouldn't pick it up. I don't really find that it's anything too spectacular. I think that, you know, if you're buying for somebody who was just starting off their collection, you know, it would be really a great gift, because you've got your neutrals, your pops of color, you know, you've got a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight between the three palettes. You've got a mascara. So, I mean, you know, what more can you really ask for if you're just starting out? So if you are somebody, or you're buying for somebody that's just starting out, I think this would be a great palette. For me, I've already got a ton of these kinds of colors, so it's not probably something that I'm going to keep. But I just want to see, you know, kind of how it performed, and what was all in it, you know, for their holiday palette. So anyway, I'm just taking this darker, it says Beethoven color here, which in the viewfinder it doesn't really look quite as dark as it actually looks like in person. And I'm just putting this right on the outer corner, and I'm just going to blend this in just a bit onto the lid, and then I'll blend it out just in a moment with my 224 brush. And then I think I'm going to take this shimmery color here that's kind of a champagne-ish color, and I think I'm just gonna put that on my inside of my lids. You know, I don't even think I'm gonna do I don't even think I'm gonna do eyeliner today. I'm just gonna pop some mascara on. Just like that. And I'm gonna go back to my blending brush because a little bit got onto my crease there. This is kind of just an everyday, quick kind of look here. I think I'm gonna use that color as a little bit of a inner corner highlight. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and do my mascara. So I am gonna use the mascara that came with this little palette set, and it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Just like that. Alrighty, so now for bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the bronzer in this palette. On the bottom here, it's called Warm My Heart. And I'm just gonna go in with my Becca all-in-one brush and just kind of dip it in there. And kind of bronze up my face and do my contour with this. Just like that. Now this, so this is the Pretty in Pink palette. In the blush in here, it looks really, really pink. So I'm hoping it doesn't quite come off this pigmented because holy mama, that is a bright pink blush. And it's called Pink Poinsettia. So I'm gonna try and go in with a pretty light hand here. A little bit of that off. So it's not bad. I think I may have used a bit too much there. It's not bad though. It's not as intimidating or like boom in your face as it looks in the palette, because in the palette it looks really, really bright. All right. So now for the highlighter that's in the third palette. So this is the Super Fun Night palette, which I think is supposed to be more of a nighttime palette. It has some blacks in it, but this is where the highlighter is. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and it looks kind of like a typical kind of champagne-y highlighter. Oh, you can see that shimmer though. It definitely is pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit on my Cupid's bow. That is a pretty highlighter though, I'll give you that. It is. So now I'm gonna go in with lips, and I picked up this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. Ulta was having a sale. I think it was buy one, get one half off. And this is in the color Sad Girl, which looked like kind of a red with some sparkle in it. So let's see if I can get this on without making a huge mess. Almost looks more of a berry colored with sparkle, not really a red. So, okay, so I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. I feel like if I go in anymore, I'm gonna make a mess with it. So I'm just gonna let that dry down a bit. Alrighty, so this is the finished look with that new palette, the foundation, new lipstick, and the eyebrow gel. It was all okay. Foundation, I think, actually looks pretty good, but I don't really know how it's going to actually wear. So I'll see how that is at the end of the day. Maybe add something into the description on how it actually wore. Again, it's not the one that I actually tried to pick up. I wanted to get the Super Stay, like one for oily skin. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that, and definitely will give that a wear test. The lipstick, I actually do really like this color, and it's not really glittery. It's just more, kind of has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It feels really good, not too drying. Again, I don't know how it's going to wear. We'll see how that one wears as well. The palettes, I mean, they blended nice. They look good for what it is. I just don't know whether or not it's really worth the money for me, just because I have a lot of those colors. But again, if you're buying for somebody who is starting out, maybe wants to try some Too Faced products, definitely I think, would be worth it that way. You do get 3 different little palettes with blush, bronzer, and a highlight, which I think is a great deal. But if you're somebody who has a lot of makeup and, is it worth it? No, not necessarily. I would definitely go for, a palette that's got, a lot more options in it, of what you can do. So that's just my opinion, but it all worked really well. I think it is good quality. I think the eyeshadows did perform better, in my opinion, than the Tarte eyeshadows did. So, that's one thing if you're kind of trying to figure out which one you wanted to go with, the Tarte holiday one or the Too Faced one. I would probably go with the Too Faced one, even though I like the packaging more of the Tarte one. But packaging isn't everything. How it actually performs and all of that is, I think, much more important. So I would definitely go with the Too Faced one. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys being with me today and sticking through this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Anyway, I will check you guys on my next video. Bye.